Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of That's Why I'm with Tegan. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of the day you're listening to me. Hopefully you can hear me because I'm in a new location. I'm at a car park under a tree because it's the only place that I can think that has a tree. And I'm currently, it's the only place that I can think that has a tree because it's currently 28 degrees in Bristol, in the UK. It's hot. It's very hot. Very hot. And I thought I would still put in my car, but I needed somewhere with shade because... Don't look at my phone. Because it's just so hot. Anyway, I've had an eventful week. I've had a lot go on this week. Let's do a little itinerary. You know what I mean. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about the TV shows that I applied for. I'm going to talk about the religious experience that I had on Saturday. And what else am I going to talk about? Probably just life updates. But anyway, let's go because I have low battery on my camera. And I have to try and get this done before it runs out. Okay, and I'm also going to Ascot on Saturday, which was so fun. I got invited to go to Ascot. And I'm very stressed about what to wear because I'm very, I'm either very mask or very femme. But right now I'm preferring an in-between. But in my ideal world, I would wear a suit, a tailored suit, with shoes and a top hat. That's my style. But I wanted to try and be more girly this year. And also it is 32 degrees on Saturday. So, and I'm a hot person. I get really hot. So I was thinking I can't wear a suit. I'm gonna die. So I'm like, okay, I gotta wear a dress. So I spent all week ordering dresses, trying on dresses, trying on shoes, trying on handbags, trying on jewelry. I don't have the actual outfit confirmed, but I have an idea, and that's what we're running with. But I really struggle with fashion because I need something that is, one, fashionable but comfortable, and especially footwear because I don't wear heels. I won't wear heels. I refuse to wear heels. So I need shoes that go with outfits that still look high fashion, but that they're still comfortable, and shoes that I can be in all day. Because Ascot is you're standing around a lot doing not a lot, but then apparently there's a whole party afterwards, so I want to be able to be on my feet. If not, I will just take my shoes off and go barefoot because it is on grass. But you don't really want to be barefoot at Ascot, so I need to find a pair of shoes. I might actually end up wearing the shoes that I got on, which are loafers. They're yellow loafers. I might end up wearing these because I have a yellow dress. But I don't know, we'll see. Even these hurt my feet. Everything hurts my feet, so God knows what I'm going to wear. But stay tuned for that because I really want to start doing vlogs. I used to do vlogs when I was a few years ago, and I kind of stopped. But I want to vlog my experience because also Ascot is not something that I would ever go to by myself. I've been invited to go by a company, and through Cool Riding. Cool Riding that I've spoken about before is a group of black riders, and we get invited to things that we wouldn't normally be able to go to. And they invited us to Ascot, so I'm very excited. And my mum's going as well, which is so fun because I love doing stuff with my mum. She's my best friend, so we're going together, and we're both stressed about our outfits, but anyway, I'm going to try and vlog it because I think it'll be a good experience. But anyway, let's get into today's episode. So, to start off the week, I we're going to talk about TV shows. And one thing that I really want in my career is to be a TV personality, TV presenter. I feel like me, like when you know me as a person and I'm comfortable around you, there's a different level of me that comes out in the sense of like humor and like personality, and basically I have a very funny, very dark sense of humor. I like making fun of myself. I like making fun of like mostly myself, but really honestly, but people find it a bit on the edge, but I'm like, well, if I'm saying it about myself, then like it's funny, you can laugh. But anyway, the TV show that I applied for that I really want to go on is a new show. It's not out yet. I don't even know how much I can say about it, but it's basically a TV show where the panel of celebrities gets told 3 scenarios, and then they have to guess which of the contestants did it. But by, like, in order to find out clues, they're allowed to essentially take the piss out of everyone, and basically there's no limits. You can say what you want, you can make fun of them, you can say whatever you want. But the good thing is that the contestants get to snap back. So I will get to call them out on their shit too. Which I think is so fun, because that is so, like, if you know me and you're close to me and like you see who I am off the internet, I guess, that's my kind of humour. Like, I'm very quick-witted. I just like to like put people in their place and like comment on stuff, but in a funny way. So I feel like this is like the perfect TV show for me, because I really want to show that side of myself, and I want to show that I am fucking funny and really funny, and that, yeah, just not be so serious all the time. I feel like I take life so seriously. I like to be able to like have fun and laugh, and there's only a few people that I can really get to do that with, so I want to have fun. And actually the panel of the panel of judges or celebrities are 3 of my absolute favourite, like, comedians, writers, producers. I love them. Like, I actually really love all of them, and I already know quite a lot about all of them. So I feel like that also makes the whole experience better, because I would know exactly what to say, and I would not be afraid to say it. And I don't know, it just sounds like such a fun experience to actually like be on a show that is based around humour, based around taking the mick out of people, based around not taking life so seriously. I just think it's such a good idea. I love it. I love the show. Anyway, I really hope I get it. I find out in a few weeks whether I go. Well, I gotta do another interview before I go on to make sure that I can cope mentally with what they might say about me. I literally, she was like, I did the interview on Monday, and she was like, is there anything that anyone could say to you that would offend you? And I literally started laughing. I was like, no. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, do your worst. Like, there's nothing anyone could say that would actually hurt my feelings. I feel like, and that's one thing that I do love about myself, is that I'm so like, I just don't care anymore. I just don't give a fuck. Like, unless I actually value your opinion, which is rare, then I don't really care that much for what you say about me. And actually, if it is a really good comeback or insult, I will applaud you, because at least you're creative. Most people these days are just really, they use all the old material, all of the easy things that they can make fun of. I want to hear the new things. So anyway, I really hope that I get that interview and I get that show, because that would be the best thing to happen to me in a while. And the other TV show that I applied for is to do with horsey stuff, and a show that is being created specifically for a horse event. and they would like me to be the presenter, which I really hope that I get, because that'll be like my breakthrough in the industry, but also still being in horsey. So that one I can't say any more about, but I really hope I get that one too. And I think they told me that they have a meeting on Thursday, which is tomorrow, and then they'll let me know whether they want me to like continue and like talk about it and what was discussed. I had to give my fee for them, and that was the whole ordeal, because I'm like, what the hell do I charge? I didn't know what to charge anymore. Oh no, my battery's dying. But anyway, I'll continue talking until it dies, and then we'll go to my phone, because I'm so excited about this episode. Anyway, hopefully I'll find out by tomorrow whether I got that job too. That'll be really fun for me. Really fun for me. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, my religious experience this weekend. It was interesting, to say the least. Maybe scary, slightly scary, honestly. It gave me anxiety. It also gave my mother intense anxiety. She had a first anxiety attack, which was quite funny. Waiting for the people to park my car. Anyway, I got invited to go to this women's retreat, and it was to do with business and like lifting up women in all places of work, basically. And me and my mum went. It's made by her friend, and she invited us to see whether we liked it. I, in all honesty, did not want to go, because I knew that I wasn't going to enjoy it, because I know that when people are quite religious, and when it's quite church-based, that's not where I belong. Like, I can respect religion, and I can respect people's beliefs, but it's just not something that I believe in, and therefore I can't relate to it. So I knew that I wasn't going to particularly enjoy it, but I thought I'll go for the experience. Like, there's more to it. There's workshops, and there's people to meet, and there's like networking. So, well, and it was also at a hotel with a spa. So I was like, yeah, might as well go. So me and my mum went to this retreat, and it was marketed as inclusive for all, and like she said it's not very religious. It basically just workshops for women, and the first thing that they did was an hour long gospel, what do they call it? Preach, singing, praising the Lord. I don't even know what to call it, but they just sang, what do they call it now? Not hymns, but like, godly songs. I don't even know what they call it, but they're the actual genre of songs that are like religious songs. They sound like music almost. They're not hymns, but they're like musical songs about God. They did that for like an hour. And then the next task was you had to get into a group and sit in a circle, and everyone, like, camera died, so we're not on the phone. But as I was saying, I went to this religious talk thing, and they did an hour of praise and singing and like church and what they called it, like blessings. I guess it is prayer. Like, they would get, like, anyone that wanted to pray upon the session was welcome to say anything. So we did that for like an hour, maybe an hour and a bit. And the whole time I just found it so uncomfortable, mostly, but also I was trying so hard not to laugh, because not at the whole situation, but like, when he looked at my mum, I could just tell that she was, like, uncomfortable. So if I caught her in my eye, like, in my peripheral vision, I knew that I was gonna laugh. So the whole time I had to, like, look dead straight and not look at my mum because I knew that it'd be over. But there was two ladies that have amazing voices, like, amazing. So I kept looking at them and just thinking, wow, like, you can really sing. And I do think that is one thing that church does to people, is that it teaches them how to sing. And, like, if you have a good voice, it teaches you how to, like, properly use that voice. But yeah, they had amazing voices, so I was just, like, listening to them mostly, but also, like, trying not to look at my mum because I could just tell that we were, like, because also, we were the only ones that weren't religious. Everyone else was Catholic or, like, went to church. So everyone was singing apart from me and my mum, which again was, like, hilarious to me because we got invited to this whole thing because it wasn't religious, because it was about empowering women. So the whole situation made me laugh. And then we were doing that the circle thing where we all sit in the circle. You tell the circle your name, and then they each sit with God for a moment, and then they tell you whatever God told them to tell you. And even that alone, I was like, well, I don't know what I'm going to say because I don't have connections to that person up there. But anyway, I just said whatever came to mind. You just say, like, oh my god, that guy really scared me. And see, that's the problem with sitting in a car park, is that people keep walking past me. And it's terrifying. But anyway, we were connecting to God. And to be honest, I didn't mind that whole thing. Because some of it was quite nice to hear. Because they would say, like, with my mum, they said that she got a vision of, like, silver silks. And my mum loves silver, and she loves, like, anything sparkly or metallic she loves. And her favourite material is silk, like, especially because of the world of work that she's in. When she used to do, like, circus skills, and her favourite thing was silks. So that kind of had some connection. So, like, there were certain things that I thought, like, were connecting more, like, certain things that made sense. But like, in my personal opinion, I don't think it was God. I think it was just, like, being able to read a person. I feel like you can look at a person and you can look in their eyes and you can kind of tell who they are and what they're about to a certain extent. And you can make assumptions off of different things that you notice about them and that you feel coming from them. Like, my mum, she wears silver jewelry. She likes silver. So I feel like there's different ways of, like, associating different things with thoughts that might come to mind. But anyway, my problem was that everyone had really lovely, like, imagery or messages or thoughts that people gave, and they're very personal, and it did quite relate to who they were as a person. But my problem is, and it always happens, when someone does it for me, the first thing that they see is my disability every time. So all of my readings were, I can see that you're very strong and that you go through more than most, that you were made this way because they knew that you were strong enough to be this kind of person, which, again, you could say to anyone without a disability. But I feel like that was the reason. what was the other one? It was just like, you're a very strong individual, you know what you want, you know who you are, and you're very comfortable in your skin. And I was like, yeah, okay, like, I'm becoming comfortable in my skin, but like, it's taken a long time. But I think it's accurate, but I think people that are godly tend to see disability as either something that needs to be preyed upon to get better and to like help, or they pity you for your disability and your disadvantage as they will see, and they see you through that eyes. Basically what I'm saying is I feel like they didn't see me as a person, they just saw my disability as that was all that they could read from my physical ability. And I don't blame them, and I don't have anything against that, but it just really irritated me that I wasn't getting the same treatment as what others were getting, because they all got such lovely imagery and like flowers and like different things that people just sense that they might connect to. And like one girl, she got a message saying another girl was like really into interior design and that she should do that. And then the girl was like, do you know what? I've never told anyone that in my life. I've never told anyone that I like interior design, but in the evening I sit and watch videos about how to interior design, and she was looking at courses to take. So I feel like that was quite like a big thing. But with mine it was just kind of like, oh, you're a very strong individual and you are able to get through the toughest times, and I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. But anyway, that continued for the rest of the day. There were only a few moments that weren't related back to God or religious in any way. One thing that I did enjoy was that they did a menopause talk where they discussed how menopause, like how you, or what menopause is, but also how as a black woman you go through it differently, and the symptoms and the experiences that you might have might not be recognised by medical personnel because they're not trained to recognise it in black women. And most black women go untreated or undiagnosed or misdiagnosed because they're not trained to recognise the different symptoms in black women. That was very interesting. I also learned that menopause is only 24 hours long, and then after you go through menopause, which is for a day, you then go into post-menopause, which is like for the rest of your life, but they call it menopause. So that I did not know. That was something that I learned, at least. But yeah, it was an interesting experience the whole weekend, and it literally, I think we left the whole experience at 11 p.m. because we had to stay. We had like a whole day session, and then we had to get changed for the evening, and then we all had dinner, and then we had another workshop at 10 p.m. and it was so long. But I just thought I'm just gonna be respectful and like sit and listen and just see what comes. And like I was content that like this is the day this is how my day's gonna be, and like tomorrow I'll live. I'll move on. I'll live. But my mum my mum gave up on it, and she was just like, I can't do this. I can't do it anymore. I don't believe in God, and they're just too godly. It's too much. And yeah, we left. But I'm very happy about it. But it did make me laugh at that. Like, she was one that was so overwhelmed and like stressed out by it all. She literally had like a panic attack because it felt like there was so much God. Like, it's almost, the way that I described it is that if you are a Christian, it's like asking a Christian to go to a Buddhist temple for 24 hours and, like, to be there in their religion. You just feel like really uncomfortable because you're a person that is almost going against what they're saying and their belief. But then also, like, they're convincing you that this is the beginning and, like, this is where you'll start to believe and this happened to you because it's a sign from God. And I'm just like, ooh, I don't know what to say and I don't know what to do and I just want to go home. So yeah, it was a tough weekend, but we have left with the understanding and the confirmation that we are not religious and that I do not believe in God. I do believe in, like, I believe in a higher power. I believe in that there's something beyond humans out there. There's something beyond. I'm just very spiritual. I feel like there's something spiritual beyond us. But I do not believe that a man called God created the whole universe and lived within everything. That I don't believe. But I can respect it, but I don't believe it, so it was just a bit of a tough one to go through. But anyway, I did it. I did it. What else was I going to talk about? I had a whole list, but I honestly forgot because I'm not in my usual location and I keep getting distracted by people and cars and motorbikes. So, sorry if I forgot anything, but also it is like 28 degrees in this car. I'm beginning to sweat and I need aircon. I also need to go back to work, so that might have to be the end of the episode this week, guys. But thank you all for listening, and thank you all for being on this journey with me. And don't forget to follow my TikTok and Instagram, because if you want updates in real time, that is where they'll be. And if you want to know whether I get these opportunities that I was talking about at the start, then that's where to be. And I'm just really excited for what is to come next. There's so much happening, which is so nice. And next week, I'll probably talk about Botox, because I've been getting a lot of that recently, but not in the way that you think. So, I might talk about that next week. But yeah, thank you for listening. And again, if there's anything that you want me to talk about, don't forget to leave it in the comments. Or anyone that you'd like me to talk with, don't forget to write that in there too. And I will try and get them on the podcast. Because I love learning from people. I love talking with people. I love asking them weird and wonderful questions. So don't be afraid to write that in the comments and I will try and make it happen. But until then, I'll see you guys next week. Have a lovely week. If you're in England, enjoy the sun. Enjoy the scorching hot weather. Even though it is insufferable, enjoy it because we only get it once a year. So be really grateful, please. Because I'd rather live in this weather all the time than in the rain. But anyway, thank you all for listening. I'm gonna go now. Bye. Love you.